Hey guys, welcome to Primal Nomad. I'm actually here at the Weald Downland Open Air Museum, Living History Museum, and I'm here with Ellie. There's a basketry master class kind of day going on. We're not actually going to be doing any, just talking to loads of experts, so hopefully they've got a few tips for you. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to showing Ellie around this place. I grew up here, so keep tuning in and I'll see you soon. I actually spent quite a lot of my childhood in this part of England. My dad used to teach at the Weald Downland Museum. It's an open air living history museum. That's where we're actually heading right now. So it's bringing back quite a lot of memories driving through this place. It's really, really beautiful. The South Downs in kind of Chichester. And yeah, there's loads of coppices around from what used to be the hurdle makers. Really popular down this part of the world as kind of livestock fences, so I'll show you some of them later on as we get to the Weald Downland, because they're absolutely full of them, as well as loads of historic buildings, which again, massive interest to me, and that's why my father used to teach down there. And yeah, I can't wait to show you them. They range all the way up to the 1700s, dating back all the way to the Tudor and beyond. I just actually installed a CB radio, which has been good fun. I haven't found anyone on it yet, so if anyone is on CB, I'll be driving around scanning. Say hi. Nice to be finally back here at the Weald Downland Museum. Like I said, I spent a lot of my childhood here, and it's nice to see all the buildings. I'll turn around. In the background there, you can just see some of the thatched buildings, timber framed. And that's what's brilliant about this place. They've moved a load of buildings from different places all around England that were at risk of getting lost or knocked down, and they've reconstructed them here so that history never ever did get lost. And it means they can be preserved, people can come study them, they run courses on how to maintain them. So really awesome place. So here we are guys, woven through time, mastery of basketry. And what's even more amazing is I actually won this day ticket for me and Ellie to come. It was on a giveaway through Instagram, so definitely check out their Instagram. They run loads of little giveaways like that, and it was just yeah, something that me and Ellie have been wanting to do for ages. I've been wanting to do basketry more in depth for years and years and years. Just always starting with that kind of baffles me, so it'd be good to get some insight information. Ellie's looking forward to it as well, so yeah, let's get in, show you some of these awesome buildings, and we'll see you then. So Poplar Cottage, which is just behind me, is again another 17th century property. Really, really nice, timber framed, Watland daub, stone. They've got a really nice herb garden as well. So here's a traditional bedroom upstairs, 17th century, wattle and daub room with a lovely kind of cot bed. And it's very reminiscent of the era, has a straw mattress underneath, which is all woven, incredible. And just linen and wool blankets. Now this is one of the places that was actually used to film the Tudor Monastery Farm series. The the living museum here just fits perfectly. So if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. It's one of my favourite series, along with Ellie. There's a whole series of them, and they live for a whole year farming how they used to in the traditional Tudor method, 18th century, everything. So really, really good. So this cottage would have originally been used as a herb garden or a farm, herb farm, just for peasant kind of folk. But it's wonderful that they keep all of it in their traditional way, marked out with all the different names of things. So you're saying it's 150 years old, 140, and it still looks just as good.
Yeah, and if it was cleaned up now, you would notice it.
So yeah, exactly the same technique as I'm using with the bark, but yeah. Definitely.
That's amazing. You really can make it out of anything.
Yeah, and I mean these are all baler twine, and the big bag down there is just plaited baler twine, but a technique that's normally used with brush.
That's amazing.
Only the colour is a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah, yeah, a bit less natural, but
No, it's lovely kind of coral colour.
plantain and dandelion.
Nice.
On that. So that's bark, that's dandelion, not dandelion, daffodil leaves, daffodil stalks, just soft rush, so which kind of grows everywhere, anywhere
It's
damp.
beautiful. That's an amazing basket for carrying a hen.
I think we need one for
We do. Really nice just in there to catch up with a few basketers. Catherine Beaumont, she was just explaining that she's got a few little videos on her Instagram about how to do a woven start on a basket, which isn't really shared anywhere. So if any of you guys are struggling like myself to start on baskets, because it's always that middle bit, just beginning it right so that the rest of the journey goes right. Yeah, definitely go check out her Instagram. She's a really lovely lady. Here's her card just in case. Really nice to see some great weaving going on, and really excited to have a little look at what else is on to offer, get some inside information and get some inspiration to do some when I get back home. So myself and Ellie just had a little spot of lunch, ham, egg and chips, really, really tasty. We're just walking down to the kind of main square area where there's all the old wood cutting sheds and different little bits, and see who's over here doing some basketry. Hopefully going to go to the old watermill as well, pick up some flour. That'd be absolutely awesome because I love it. These are lovely.
Thank you.
Really gorgeous bits.
Thank you.
No worries.
This is a Wilch for straining beer out the bottom of the barrel when they made it.
Oh really?
The historian I made it for is up in Winkworth Kitchen.
Yeah.
And he sent me the bung from the bottom of his barrel he bruised the beer in, because this had to fit it.
Yeah.
And
That's
then it had a piece
amazing.
of linen tape to tie it in as well, because when he was stirring it he might have disturbed it and taken it off the bung. And then it filters the barley and leaves it in the bottom of the tub when you drain your fluid out through the
That's so
figure.
cool.
That's amazing.
He sent me a 1949 diagram picture of one. and said, can you make me some of these? Because there were none of them about. Yeah. And then the Mill collection had a totally different basket type one, which he's also got down there on the site with him. I was glad he didn't want one though, because it's much harder to make. It was a D shape, so it had a flat back. You did light in the bottom of the tub, but and a rounded front, and it came up to a border about that size, like a bottle at the top. Yeah. And when I'd done it, border and cut off all my ends, it pinged apart, and I had to redo it. No, what a nightmare. That's called a creeler, and they use them in the Scottish Islands, putting a fleece in for spinning.
Oh wow!
But I'm making the bottom of an ordinary round basket.
That's a round basket. Brilliant. Thank you ever so much.
It was added to our red list and somebody saw it, and now there's about 4 or 5 people making them.
That's amazing. That's so good to know that it's been, you know, the craft's alive again.
Yes, I can imagine that being absolutely what they like.
These are the trugs.
So this is all traditional stave basket?
Yes, yeah. So it's Devon speciality. The basket's from sort of North Devon. It's a constructed frame basket, so all the components are held together with nails.
That's amazing. Really tight fits.
Yeah, I kind of want to get that as snug as I can. One thing I forgot to bring today was a bit of beeswax, because usually I just sort of put a bit of beeswax on and they slide in a bit there. But
Yeah.
it's nearly there, a tiny bit.
Really fine tolerances, eh?
Yeah. It's a basket that starts relatively rapidly,
Yep.
but then when you get to this stage, you've just got to go nice and slow.
I can imagine. Beautiful work though.
Thank you. It is kind of, it's one of those baskets where, yeah, you've kind of got to have woodworking skills as well.
So you can see, guys, the level of detail on these joins, just amazing. Really tight tolerances. And I guess it kind of friction fits together and then is held together with these lovely nails and frame. So is there a wood that these are normally traditionally made out of?
Yeah, because I'm Sussex based, so I'm kind of using Sussex grown materials. But if you
Of
were
course,
down
yeah.
if you're in Devon, for the staves they'd use larch. For the handle and rim, they tend to use ash.
Okay.
Up here we've got lots of Chichester, but down there, it's
Yeah.
ash.
Brilliant. But whatever you can find, really.
It's what it is.
Pleasure watching your work, and so it's Dominic Perrett, guys. Definitely go check out his work. Makes some beautiful pieces. You were saying, I overheard you earlier saying a lot of them are ending up in Japan now.
I'm selling to a shop in Japan. It's interesting. I think the aesthetic of this particular basket seems to
Appeals to them. Yeah, I can understand why.
Love to teach you, basically.
And the guy up there, Owen Jones, there's only 4 people who can make those. For raising awareness and kind of...
So I was just speaking to Daniel here. He's actually was explaining there's this red list of endangered crafts, and they put out a little call out for different basket makers, including the stave one just to the left over there. And that's actually how they discovered someone to be able to come and help make them. It's really good what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
No worries at all. So you made these two on a course, did you? You were just saying?
Yeah, so this was on a course with Owen Jones up in Cumbria, and it's an oak swill.
Yes.
It's made of oak that's split and boiled and rived down.
Beautiful work.
And that's a Welsh Kintac. They're both agricultural baskets.
Yeah. How did you find making it? Tough
Really
work?
hard work, yeah.
I can imagine.
For this one, it was a lot of the preparation of the materials before we actually started making the basket.
Yeah, because it's quite different from the raw product, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
She's doing a little run round, as she said she'd be back by 3:30, so then I'll go over the other side.
So I'm just at the old grain house now. Here's one of the quern stones, in fact. So that's what would have ground up the flour for years and years and years. It's one of my favourite parts about the museum. So this all runs constantly and just churns and grinds wheat into flour.
Very, very important all the time that we mill it, you always have grain flowing between the stones. So if you ran out of grain, the stones could overheat. You know, like a car engine, you have oil flowing around it to take the heat away. So we need a warning that if that grain gets too low, we need to put it out. So there's a leather belt going across that hopper there that's held down by the weight of the grain. That's connected to that bell with a bit of spring. If the weight goes off the leather belt, then that bell comes into contact with the moving bit and rings. How clever is that?
That's all the grain before. There it is to a beautiful wholemeal flour.
These ones just slide it in.
That's amazing, all wood meshing with metal teeth. Makes it easily replaceable. So we're just where the repair shop is actually filmed. It's a pretty good show on the BBC. I've only seen it a few times, but we can't go that way any further, so we'll probably turn around and see all of the other basketry stuff going on. It's been really nice to talk to different people and get a bit of an insight into the different kinds of basketry. There's the stave basketry that we saw, which is all more using timber rather than smaller little bits of coppice material or fibres. But it's nice to see different ways of starting baskets as well. Although we're not doing hands-on stuff today, like I said, just great to talk to some very knowledgeable people. It's been lovely. Hey, Ellie.
Yeah, we download info that you just wouldn't get online.
Yeah, helps you digest a book that you haven't read. With the wheat shortage that's going on globally, they've actually had a bit of a shortage here for the mill. Plus it's harvest time, so they didn't actually have any for sale, but in smaller quantities anyway. So we managed to get a 16 kilo bag, only £15, so less than £1 a kilo for some watermill ground whole wheat flour. Absolutely amazing. So glad to be here, so glad I got some flour. So we're going to drop that off at the truck and then go off and find some other basketry things. I'm really interested in fibre baskets, so natural cordage. It'd be really great to know how to start that, whether it's with the coil method or the crisscross method. So we'll see. So there's the mill pond, guys, the cafe and shop over there, obviously all the ducks. So this banks up the water and then it gets sluice gated down a wooden sluice to the wheel. So there's the kind of one of the sluice gates which can control the flow, and it's got some railing on there to stop any stuff going down. So the water sluices down there and it goes down to the wheel.
Thank you so much. Okay, you're welcome. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, I'm sure we'll do. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Love all these little buildings where they've got all these bits on display. Got some lovely earthenware pieces here, milk churners. It's just in this lovely building with lead-lined windows. So there's loads of these little cottages that you can go in, and they're all open throughout the day. And they're all from different parts in history and showcase different skills and different crafts that used to be done in them. So in here I can imagine this used to be some kind of kitchen area or dairy or larder or something. So some faggots of 6 there, guys. Really nice birch twigs and hazel twigs all bundled up ready for the fire. So I remember this distinctly as a kid. This is the saw pit, and I always used to think, my God, what if you fell down there? But in fact it's not too deep, and a man used to stand in there holding this end of the saw while another one straddled this side and cross-cut the timber, be it into planks or just thinner sections of wood. You can tell from this building you'd need a hell of a lot of work in that saw pit just to get something like this, but it's beautiful timber framed. So when we visited earlier, Linda was just making the bottom of this basket, starting off something like this, and now it's becoming this incredible piece. Looks beautiful. So it doesn't take you long once you get going.
No, it doesn't.
No,
And
it's,
then when I start the cider weave, which I'm doing French angling, that grows really fast.
yeah, I can imagine.
Because the weave I'm using is called French angling. And that was boiled for 10 hours and then stripped of its bark. And it's horrible stuff. I keep it for repairing old baskets, and I make hedgehogs out of it because it makes them particularly spiky.
I love that.
But apart from that, it makes your water in your trough go nasty. You have to change it as soon as you soak 10 hay.
Yeah.
It smells peculiar, whereas this smells lovely if you'd like a sniff. It's really nice when it's wet.
Oh, it's really kind of floral.
Oh yeah, that is really nice. So Linda very kindly said she was just going to demonstrate how to make one of these little God's eyes. Absolutely beautiful. Really lovely bit of basketry.
Steam engines bring on.
We start in the middle of it.
But it kept, kept the office trade going. They made less of that of it, and the post office used to rent and they made fans like wheelchairs.
It's strong whenever it's.
It's very strong.
together.
Yeah, once you've got a structure behind it, you
Yeah.
know, the frame, like all engineering, frame is the strength.
That's it.
But it's very durable as well. You know.
Yeah. It's, I remember where I was from it.
That's amazing, the speed and dexterity you're able to do that with.
I've made a few.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's not the first time. Although this is something that people tend not to struggle in. When I teach frame baskets, they nearly all end up with one of these on the handle, having really, really struggled to bind their basket together, which I think is quite simple. But then I have made an awful lot. And yet they can all turn out the God's eye knot on the handle.
That's amazing.
And you trim off the end.
Oh wow.
Top. It did split its bark off there, but that don't matter, you don't want its bark.
And only a few minutes, not even a few minutes ago, that was just two twigs. Thank you ever so much, Linda.
That's all right.
That's beautiful. Definitely go check out Linda's willows. I'll put the details in the description below. What a really lovely, lovely little gift from Linda there. It's a god nut or a god's eye, and people use it for handles and basketry. Really gorgeous. And in the chair. Hey. Tucks you in nicely. So I love all of these traditional wooden tankards with a really nice weave around it. They're absolutely gorgeous. So there's a traditional brick oven there, guys, all stone walled, and this building was actually timber frame. So there's the wattle and daub, like I was saying before, hurdles, and the daub, which is manure, earth, lime sometimes, aggregate and straw. Little pumpkin patch. You can tell this year has not had much water. All of the gourds are quite small, but really nice in colour as well. So we're coming up to the grid shell building now, which is an awesome timber construction. And there's coracle making and all sorts in here, so I'm pretty excited for that.
Colour.
That is so cool. So this is the style of coracle that was found at Ironbridge. Beautiful bits of work. To get the frame done in a day is a bit of craftsmanship.
What kind of lining do you use then?
That's amazing. Very, very awesome little primitive boat there.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Well, what I'm going to do now is put the three slats across the legs there. If there were fishing,
Yep.
rather than have the fish around your feet, you'd be able to put them in the back.
Oh wow, there's a little compartment. That's brilliant. really beautiful trugs. They're gorgeous. The old well that used to be driven, 2 guys on there or 2 children, pick up a whole barrel's worth of water in minimal effort. Got the dream overlanding wagon. Have a little wood burner in there. All the bits and beds. Nice little bed at the back as well. Perfect colour, like Ellie says. And it's on wheels. We'll tow that behind the Navarro, eh? What do you reckon? Perfect. Hey, that's it. Myself and Ellie have had a really good day. It's been nice to meet all of the different people doing basketry and have a little chat. I think we're going to both give it a go. We've been wanting to for a while. I've just been useless at ever starting baskets. So, and you've never done one, have you?
Nope.
So we're about to go now and see, probably hear it. There's a sawmill starting up. I believe it's steam driven. So really excited to see that. Just another one of the cool things they've got on here to offer. Beauty of a locomotive engine, guys, you can put belts on and turn it into any type of machine, including a wood saw. In fact, there they've got an amazing timber crane, all constructed out of wood with cast iron gearing. Beautiful to see something like this going, and it smells amazing too. Little charcoal burning bit here, guys, so that's the chimney, big metal container, and then you stack it up with wood. And obviously you'd light that and then suffocate it with the top, just giving the right amount of oxygen to get charcoal. There's all sorts of different methods that you could do it here, including the very traditional method where you then build that, cover it with earth, and then light a faggot coming out the top. Got their traditional woodworking area, so just a few logs where they can hew the logs into squarer bits, and then they've got different splitting areas where they can then process them into staves for either hurdles or for these lovely split timber fences. Absolutely gorgeous, and a lot of it's sweet or horse chestnut down in this neck of the woods, and it splits beautifully. There's a perfect example of a coppice, guys. This is hazel, and you can see where it's been harvested before, and all these shoots come out nice and straight, and if you cut any of those, that would then branch out and fork into a new hand branches again. So that's where that stool comes from, one original tree that's been cut, and all these coppices grow up and can be harvested for basketry or for hurdling. There's some bundles being prepared, some faggots. We've got some smaller staves here, and then all of this much longer stuff ready to go again for hurdle repairs in the future. Proper forestry management. So this is a Saxon house, guys, really beautiful. It's the kind of era that I'd be very comfortable in. You go through the door and you've instantly just got a fireplace on the floor, open hearth, a traditional loom over here, and that's it. The smoke would just go out. It'd be kind of end chimneys at the end there. Beautiful, simple chair and table set up. Tiny little kiln or outdoor oven. I think it's a kiln. Really nice, just tucked away on the edge of that woodland. So Ruby is actually responsible for how I won the tickets to come today. She was running a giveaway on her Instagram, and she was one of the people that I'm really interested in because of the hedgerow basketry. Obviously everything kind of bushcraft about that. Brambles.
They've got more for which is
Beautiful birch bark pack. So many different wild cordages that are available.
They're sweet chestnut.
Oh, they are. I thought they might have been.
Did you recognise it? Do you work with them?
I do sweet chestnut. In the coppice, so I mainly do cutting and stuff. I'm making a giant chair and stuff but I do fencing.
This was a bit of a percher, but you can have your hair. These are rushes, freshwater bulrushes. So the seed head is this, and these ones are field rushes.
Once they come together.
Yeah.
Well, that's coming along really well, Linda. So you only just started that when we first arrived, and now it's absolutely beautiful. There's just a handle left to do, you said?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
I go home.
No, I can
What have we done
imagine.
tonight?
I don't blame you.
Have the wine instead.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
This is like dipped in. You peel the outside off so that you can expose the pith.
So there we are, guys. That's a wrap for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's not been massively in depth about how to do basketry, of course, but if any of you guys do want to go and do some of that, there's been some amazing people that you can go and chat to. Drop them a message. I'll put their names in the description down below, and they're some of the UK's finest basketers. So if you do want to learn, drop one of them a message. There's all sorts of techniques you can learn, all sorts of materials. Basically everything can be made into a basket, which I think is absolutely amazing. So until next time, guys, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.